How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Zach Hicks, your resident film nerd of HorseshoeHuddle.com. Of course, your favorite co-host over at the Locked On Colts podcast. You know, you guys have come to know this channel as a channel that just looks at niche topics like Tyler Warren at fullback and highlighting Ashton Doolin, Mo Alley Cox, and a bunch of offensive line play. And I love doing that stuff. I do a lot of that stuff here for the channel, but sometimes you just want to highlight the superstar players. And one player that has caught my attention and so many other people's attention this year is running back Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor has been phenomenal in all facets of playing running back this year, and it's hard to not take notice of him on Sundays, especially if you're someone like me who has him on your fantasy football team. You're obviously loving what he's doing, but he is playing the best football of his career. He is not only running the ball effectively, he is also catching the ball really well. He's pass blocking at a high level. Jonathan Taylor is doing it all for this Colts team. And I think this past Sunday was the perfect encapsulation of everything that he has done for the Colts. So we're going to dive into some of his best rushes from his 120-yard rushing performance against the Arizona Cardinals. We're going to look at a passing play where he created some yards. We're going to look at a high-level pass blocking clip. Like, Jonathan Taylor was awesome on Sunday, and I'm excited to dive into what he was able to do. But first up, looking at the ground game from Taylor, Taylor was able to create a couple explosives in this game. A lot of these explosives came just because the Colts, the left side of the offensive line, was blocking their tails off all game long. They were fantastic in every single way, but Jonathan Taylor also had a big hand in obviously creating yardage as well. So we're going to dive into this first clip here. The Colts really decimated the Cardinals front with a lot of zone running plays. These zone running plays were just brutal to what the Cardinals wanted to do. Tanner Bortolini, Quentin Nelson, and Bernhard Raimann were all over the place. The Tyler Warren fullback stretch plays were really killer, especially. But Jonathan Taylor did some really great things as well. So when we look at this run, again, we're just going to be getting some zone climbing here. I think Bortolini actually gets the backside linebacker. And we're going to get a lot of this blocking down the line here. And then Warren's going to come and just seal the hole here for Taylor. So the blocking is just superb on this play. I mean, this is just outstanding blocking from the Colts offensive line and Tyler Warren. And they do a really great job of sealing everything off. But one thing I really want to focus on with Jonathan Taylor here is this is a little nuanced aspect of running back play that a lot of people don't understand, is when you see this whole setting up here. You know, you would think, oh, this is block here, this is block here. If you're Taylor, just explode through that gap because that's going to be open. But a big part of playing running back is setting up blocks for your blockers. So you see Tyler Warren here, he's got the leverage on this linebacker, but if Taylor just explodes right here, we're going to see this linebacker cross face and get in front of that play and disrupt this tackle and make this block so much harder for Tyler Warren. So a big aspect of what you are seeing from Jonathan Taylor here is, like, you see how he's stepping inside a little bit here? The whole reason he is stepping inside here is to get this linebacker to crash inside, to set up this block to make it a lot easier for Tyler Warren. And then once that happens, once Warren is engaged, then Taylor can pop back out through this hole that's going to be wide open for the taking. So a lot of these steps that you see from Jonathan Taylor and other great running backs around the league are about setting up blocks and helping their blockers get to where they need to be. And that's exactly what Taylor does here. So again, if you're looking at it from Taylor's perspective, you're like, oh, why is he slowing in the hole here? Why is he not taking this full speed? A big part of that is he has to crash in tight here to help Tyler Warren establish that block. Warren actually lets the guy get off. It's actually a really good play by that linebacker, and it slows Taylor up a little bit, but Taylor's still able to get to where he wants to go, get to that outside, break that tackle, work up the field, and get the first down on the play for a big 14-yard gain. But that's one of the really nuanced aspects of playing running back that people don't understand. It's like you can't just hit a hole with full speed a lot of times. You have to help your blockers establish their blocks, set that block up, get this guy fight inside, open up that outside window, get up the field, and create that first down on the play. Some great blocking up front, but Taylor helping Tyler Warren set up that block is what turns this run from a 7-8 yard gain into the 14-6, I think it was a 16-yard gain that we see here. This play is just phenomenal blocking all around by the Colts. Really great call for the situation here. It's just going to be an outside sweep here with Quentin Nelson pulling out in front. Tanner Bortolini is getting out to the second level. And against this lighter box here with three safeties up top, the Cardinals just have no chance of stopping this run, and the Colts were able to just create a convoy for Jonathan Taylor. So you see Quentin Nelson getting to the third level here. He's going to get all the way out here. Tanner Bortolini does a fantastic job of cutting off this player and then blocking him down and getting him out of the play. And the Colts are able just a huge run for Jonathan Taylor. Bernhard Raimann does his job as well on the defensive end. Fantastic lane. But watch this. We're going to see this yet again from Jonathan Taylor here, right? So we have the situation where, yes, you want him to hit that outside lane. That outside lane is your lane to the end zone. But if he just hits that lane right now, this defender crashes down and he tackles him at like the 25. So he has to get this guy coming inside, or at least get this guy sucked up into Quentin Nelson so he has more of that lane to the outside edge. So as you see with Taylor here, is he's going to sell that he's going in here. He's going to sell that he's going this way. So this defender has to be engaging Quentin Nelson in the open field, which is the last thing any defensive back wants to do. So Taylor is selling that little inside step, little bit of hesitation inside, pressing that hole, and then getting back out to the corner. And if Nelson was able to hold that block a little bit better, it's not really on Nelson here. I think it's still a good block at that level. But because he's able to press that inside lane a little bit, he holds that defensive back. Defensive back can't crash downhill. And as a result, Taylor's able to get to the outside and get all the way down into that 5-yard line and get them right there for a touchdown on like the ensuing play. So fantastic stuff from Jonathan Taylor. But really on those first two plays, we're looking at perfectly blocked plays up front. The Colts offensive line is doing their job. This one's another well-blocked play by the Colts, but I really want to look at just how good the footwork is from Jonathan Taylor. So we're going to get like a little bit of a pin here from Quentin Nelson. We're going to get some pull from Tanner Bortolini. Gonsalves does a great job of decleating the linebacker at the second level as well. But Taylor's footwork here is just something else. Again, this is a 230-pound running back, right? This is not a small running back. This is not the most nimble running back ever because of his size. And look at the way that he navigates through this hole here. So Bortolini gets there, and Bortolini does a good job of blocking this guy on his path. So as the linebacker crashes inside, Bortolini gets his hands on him, turns his body, and gives that lane for Jonathan Taylor. So Bortolini does a great job. But look at the footwork here from Jonathan Taylor to jump around Bortolini's block, jump cut back inside, and get upfield for a 6-yard gain. Boom, boom, go. Like that is what you do in the footwork drills for running backs at like the combine and other practice thing where you're trying to get your running backs to work on their feet. This is just a teach tape for young running backs. Press the hole, pop, pop, go. And he gets to that next level and he's able to get a 6-yard gain on the play. That is as smooth as it gets. And again, this is not a 200-pound running back. It's not a 190-pound running. This is a 230-pound running back who runs with power and speed. And he's able to have the footwork like this, just how nimble his feet are. Pop, pop, go. That is great stuff there from a running back. So again, just what you see from Jonathan Taylor, these are the special aspects that make him so good. And another aspect is just plays like this. So this is an inside run here for the Colts. And it's actually blown up initially by 55. I don't know who 55 is for the Cardinals, but makes a great play by swimming over Quentin Nelson, getting inside, and disrupting this run quickly at the point of attack. So this play should be dead to right. This is going to be a negative run for the Colts, but this is the difference between the superstar running backs and the good running backs. What Jonathan Taylor is able to do on this play. So Taylor gets this ball, and again, broken up completely. 55 does a great job of getting inside, and he's blowing up this play completely. Taylor is able to jump cut back inside, cover that ball up, drive his feet, and get a 5-yard gain on a play that was stopped dead to right in the backfield. This is what makes Jonathan Taylor special this year. Only 6% of his runs this season have been tackled for a loss. I think only 8% of his runs have been stuffed this year, so held for under a 2-yard gain. He is creating positive yards, keeping the offense moving, even on plays like this where the run is completely killed at the point of attack. This should not be a positive run for the Colts. So what we're seeing is the Colts offensive line is blocking exceptionally well, but when they need to be bailed out by their running back, Taylor is doing that. So again, like look at where this is right here. When Taylor is stopping his feet and looking for that exit lane, this is completely bottled up. Crossing face, getting that leverage there. This is good run defense. Eyes on from the linebacker. Linebacker has eyes on. Good running defense by the Cardinals here, but it doesn't matter when you have a running back playing at this level. He's able to find the slightest exit lane to get out of this mess and then he just gets his hands on the ball and drives his feet downhill and gets a 5-yard gain on this play. There's no reason this should have been a 5-yard gain for the Colts, but Jonathan Taylor is playing at such a high level that the Colts are able to get that here. Another outside zone run here that the Colts just completely lock him up. I believe Bortolini's getting here and just driving this guy out of the play. And this is just, everybody's locked up here. Locked up. Taylor gets skinny through the hole, gets up field, and is able to create the big run late. I think it's a 10-yard run late in the game. This is the one where Bortolini turns his hips on Dalvin Tomlinson. Excellent stuff here. What Taylor does, he presses the hole, gets right off the backside of his center, who's turning his hips right here, and then he just gets skinny, gets his feet going, covers the ball with two hands, gets downhill, and he's able to create a big gain on the play. But again, really well blocked play by the Colts here. But really what you like from Taylor's here is get skinny through the hole, run through the contact, get his head down, two hands on the ball, and get that first down for the Colts. Excellent stuff there. Great blocking again, like Bortolini turning on Dalvin Tomlinson is fantastic stuff. Quentin Nelson just escorting the guy out of the hole. Great stuff from the Colts offensive line. But again, Taylor able to just fight through that contact, get his head upfield, and get that first down. Just great stuff from the running back. And then the gotta have it moment. Look, the Cardinals know a run is happening here. Look at all the guys they have in the box. Eyes down, crashing inside, coming downhill. All of these guys in the box, like they are expecting a run. They know a run is happening here. Colts aren't hiding it either. They're in 13 personnel with Tyler Warren at fullback. Like we know that a run is happening on this play. But the Colts are saying, we dare you to stop it. We're doing our outside zone stretch play, and it's just completely blocked up awesome by the Colts offensive line, and Taylor's able to get skinny through the hole, get downhill, and create the big gain, and Colts are able to win the game because of this run here. Honestly, this could have been a much bigger run, I think, if Taylor wasn't kind of, after he got the first down, just trying to get down and cover the ball up. That could have been a long touchdown run for Taylor, like we've seen so many other times. So Jonathan Taylor as a runner in this past game was awesome, but he also had some other great moments. This one, another 13 personnel look where we're getting the Colts are trying to do a shot play here out of the max protect. They have Mo Alley-Cox blocking in here. Taylor's going to leak out and get into the flat. And look at this player here. Boom, get off me, get upfield, 10-yard gain. Easy stuff for your quarterback. That's how you create an outlet for your quarterback, and that's how you move the ball forward. But this was the play of the game for Jonathan Taylor, which I know is crazy. He had a 30-yard run. He had the game-winning touchdown. And you guys know me, I'm going to focus on the pass blocking rep. And what we're going to see here is the Cardinals are showing all-out blitz. They're showing all-out blitz. All these guys here at the line of scrimmage. Taylor is responsible for this backside gap here, this B-side gap. But when this guy pulls off, Taylor quickly gets his eyes back on this side and gets his eyes on Budda Baker, one of the biggest playmakers for the Cardinals, coming on that delayed blitz on the backside. And look at how Taylor operates here. So again, we're going to look at his eyes, setting that way, getting his eyes back to the other side of the field. So again, he's setting to the backside B gap because that's what he's responsible for. Gets his eyes back to the edge on the strong side. And look at this block on Budda Baker, guys. Boom, picks him up, drives him out of the play. He displaces Budda Baker, one of the best safeties in football, displaces him on a blitz. This is just outstanding pass blocking right here. Gets him up and then makes himself available for Daniel Jones on the third down. And he doesn't get the conversion here, but he turns what should have been a sack on the play into a 5-yard gain. The Colts were able to punt from there, but still, this is excellence. Look at this pass blocking clip. I'm so excited seeing this. Where did this come from with Jonathan Taylor? I know we did a whole video here highlighting his pass blocking, but this might be his clip of the year in pass blocking. To deplete Budda Baker like this and get him off the line, that is fantastic stuff. And then still having the wherewithal to catch the ball and get upfield and get some positive yards on the play. It just speaks to how well Jonathan Taylor is playing. He has been an all-pro in the past. He has been a superstar player for the last half dozen years, whatever it's been that he's been in the NFL. But this is really the best we've seen of Jonathan Taylor. He is doing everything for this Colts offense. And unlike 2021, he is not the entire Colts offense, but he is the most important complementary piece. He is just doing everything that is needed of him. He's creating positive yards, has a near 10% explosive run rate as well. He's catching the ball at a high level, pass blocking at a high level. Jonathan Taylor is playing excellent football, and for my money, this is the best that he has ever looked in his NFL career. So the Colts are the number one offense in football behind Daniel Jones and Jonathan Taylor, and I don't expect that to change anytime soon.